What makes me different? What's my USP? Why should you hire me? I've been tasked with the challenge of explaining, and I can tell you it's really difficult. Voiceover artists share a similar skill set, and we all have slightly different strengths in different areas. We're all physically different, and those physical differences affect the range and resonance of the voice. Every voice is unique. I think, therefore, the main differences lie in professional and personal experience. They lie in my approach to life and personality and what I've inherited too. So professionally, years ago when dinosaurs walked the earth, I did a degree in drama, and I went straight from uni to the BBC, where I spent the first half of my career. So initially as a studio manager or sound engineer, and then after a few years as an announcer and newsreader and channel director, working across TV and radio. So talking live on the air, obviously, it's never just talking with me, writing scripts, dealing with editorial issues, and with stuff when it went wrong, live, which it did. Managing and recruiting staff and training staff, vision mixing and directing news bulletins, the whole spectrum. And then in 2006, I left to set up my own studio, and I've been voicing for clients worldwide since then. In terms of personal experience, we all experience stuff in life, don't we? The joyful, the hideous, the stressful, the difficult, the interesting, the curious, and I'm no exception. As an HSP, a highly sensitive person, I feel things really deeply, which is very useful in this job, because in this line of work, you have to be able to feel things. You have to be able to make yourself vulnerable enough to feel things, because that's what enables you to make other people feel something. And that's what it's all about, is making people feel something. I listen before I speak. I'm not a huge ego. I'm not a lovey. That's not my style at all. You may have seen my branding, you may not. But when you do, you might think, oh, there's an air of magic about that. That's no coincidence. When I talk about feeling things and feeling things deeply, I feel stuff, even if it's, with somebody who's a long way away. If that kind of thing interests you, ask me about how one of my best friends ended up becoming my best friend, and I will tell you an extraordinary story. People call me Magical Sarah for a whole host of reasons, but there's not time in this video to talk about all of that. I did ask a few people what makes me different, and aside from all the things that you would expect, like fast turnaround, like being diligent and conscientious and all that kind of stuff, and versatile, blah, 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 quite a few people said, you make me feel safe. You and your voice make me feel safe. I feel as though the whole world is okay, and I'm okay too. People trust me with all sorts of things they don't usually tell other people. So I'm trusted and privileged to be so. One person, who's a friend and a client, even said, if I was dying, yours is the voice I would want to hear. And I still get goosebumps when I think about that. How incredible. I don't know if that answers the questions. I hope it does, at least to some degree, and I'm always happy to chat.